Hey, everybody. Fred McKinnon here with eComCatalyst. Do you remember back in December when Amazon blew us all away with yet another announcement that just made us scream? And that had to do with their changes to their reimbursement policy and how they were going to change the way they calculate the value of your products when they're lost, stolen, damaged, that kind of thing at Amazon. Okay. You got everybody outraged like every announcement that Amazon did over the last few months. They gloated about not raising seller fees in 2025, but then they came back with several announcements thereafter that were fee increases or things like this that really still take money out of our pockets and put it into Amazon's pocket. All right, in this video, I'm going to tell you more about that because the deadline has been extended from March the 10th to March 31st. But it's very important that you understand what this means economically and that you understand how to find out what Amazon is deeming to be the source value of your products, okay? So that you know what you're gonna get when you get reimbursed. And if you don't agree with it, you have an opportunity to appeal it, but you have to do it now, all right? So that's what this video is about, but let's kind of back up a second and get into the backstory. Again, I did a video about this. You can watch the video here on my channel back in, I think it was around the third week of December. And in that video, I sort of went with the announcement that Amazon was no longer going to reimburse you based on the selling price of your product. So in the past, if Amazon damaged your product or lost your product in their warehouse or in transit, and it happens every second of every day, they would reimburse you a pretty hefty amount. It would be kind of a lot of times like it would be like the value of if you had sold the product minus the fees. So in a lot of cases, when they would lose inventory, the money I would get back would be more than had I actually sold it, simply because the PPC that would be added into that. Well, they put an end to that. They swung it way far the other way, and they said, now, effective March 10th, we're only going to give you the sourcing cost. All right. Now, they've just pushed that deadline to March 31st, but this got sellers outraged, okay, because they were like, number one, I don't want to give Amazon my sourcing cost. Number two, they're really upset because Amazon's definition of sourcing costs didn't include things like inbound freight. It didn't include tariffs and duties. It didn't include the expense we have in paying out of our pocket to send that inventory into Amazon's possession only for them to lose or damage it. So we felt like we were really getting a raw end of the deal. All right, now it's important for every seller watching this video to go back and figure out what your cost is. Now, I'm going to tell you how you go about doing that. The first thing you want to do is in Amazon Seller Central, you want to go to the Manage Inventory section, specifically Manage FBA Inventory. Now, when you go into there, you're going to see a screen sort of like this. And when you get there and you click on Inventory, you've got all these options here, and you want to go to Inventory, Defect, and Reimbursement. You should see it under your Inventory tab when you click on FBA Inventory. Way at the bottom, Inventory, Defect, and Reimbursement. And it's going to look a lot like what you see here on my screen. And you can see, you know, they have some stats and things like that. And then there's a big button up here at the top right called Manage Sourcing Cost. Okay, if you click on that button, what it's going to do is going to generate a spreadsheet for you, and it's going to download. Well, first it's going to take you into a page where you can see all of your products and what the sourcing cost is. Now, this is Amazon's estimation of your sourcing cost, and you can edit it manually, product by product, or you can download a spreadsheet. Now, I want to show you what that spreadsheet looks like because I've downloaded one on one of our accounts here. I've blocked out the ASINs and the FNSKU, but all the way down, it has Amazon estimated cost, latest approved cost, the source of the latest approved cost, currency, date, and then seller new cost. Seller new cost is where I can put a number in there if I don't agree with what Amazon has come up with. I can put it up there and upload it and see if Amazon will accept that or not. All right, so that's where you have to go to do this, and it's very, very important that you do it. So for example, even though I have it blocked out here, if this ASIN, if this product in row 2 here were to be lost, damaged, whatever, Amazon would reimburse me the Amazon estimated cost of $11.72. All right, so I've got $11.72. You know, this particular account, we're not selling anything that costs a whole lot of money. $40. Got some stuff up here in the $82.73 range. So, you know, we've got a few things that cost some money here, but for the most part, most of this stuff's under 30 or 40 bucks. And that's in line with some of the items that are sold on this particular seller account. All right, now here's what I want to tell you. I reviewed every ASIN on that spreadsheet against the actual landed cost. And in my landed cost, I use Seller Board. I'm always talking about Seller Board here on this channel because I believe, hands down, it's the best software to use for tracking your profitability at the SKU level, for tracking every penny in and outside of Amazon. I firmly believe if you're an Amazon seller, that it's a no-brainer to sign up for Seller Board. We have an agency referral link where you get 2 months for free, and it costs less than $30 or $40 a month. I have a link to it in the bio, but I don't want this to be a Seller Board commercial. But Seller Board is where I keep my cost of goods sold, COGS. I put it in there, and that's where I keep up with what things cost. And I can actually change the date on my cost. So let's say I import a widget and it costs me $10. All right. Well, now I'm importing that widget again, and this time I'm importing it from China. And because of new tariffs, it's going to cost me $15. Well, I can go into Seller Board and I can say the cost was $10 up to this date. And then on this date moving forward, the cost is $15. That way, when it calculates profitability, it is taking the relevant date data there, and it's not messing up historical data with new inflated costs. Or maybe you got a cheaper price and your profitability improves, but you don't want that cheaper price reflected on historical sales where you didn't really pay that. All of that to say, what I want to tell you is that when I looked in Seller Board, I'm happy to say that Amazon's source of latest approved costs, and I have no idea where they're coming up with these numbers at all. No idea, all right? Not sure how they came up with it, but in my spreadsheet, in my example, every single thing in this column D, latest approved cost, or column C, estimated cost, was substantially more than my cost. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not going to fight any of it because actually what they're showing there is more. Maybe I'll go back, throw 10 or 15% onto it and see what would happen. I might try that. Matter of fact, I think I will. I think I will try that. I think I'll add about 10 or 15% just to try to maybe pad that up a little bit and get a little more money back, because I know they're not accounting for things like inbound cost. Those kind of things. But that's how you do it, okay? So once again, I want to make sure that you understand where to go so you can see these things. You go into Seller Central, and then when you're in Seller Central, you go to FBA Inventory, and under the FBA Inventory, when you see that menu, you go to Inventory, Defect, and Reimbursement. You click on that. I'm not clicking on it live in the video because I don't have a way to blur it out, and I don't want to show all of this particular account's products, but you click on Inventory, Defect, and Reimbursement, and then you click on the Manage Sourcing Costs button. And when you do that, it's going to show you everything. You can either update it manually right there inside Seller Central, or you can download the spreadsheet like I just showed you here, correct it, add stuff to it, and upload it. See what happens. Hey, I hope that helps. I like to end every video by thanking you for watching. Your subscribing to this channel makes a huge difference. I wake up in the morning and go, hot dog, man, we got more subscribers. So keep subscribing, keep thumbs upping on the videos and liking the videos, and keep leaving comments letting me know that you're watching and if this is helpful or not. Hey, we do this for all our clients. If you're an Amazon seller, if you're a brand owner that's interested in Amazon and you needed help to scale and run your Amazon channel profitably, check us out at eComCatalyst.com. You can request a free consultation. We'll be happy to audit your account, show you how we can be your partner to profitably scale your brand from 0 to 6, 7, 8, 9 figures. That's what we do. Would love to have you along for the ride. Hey, thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you soon.